Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna be teaching you how to play guitar. Let's do it one more time. Jokes. So in this video we'll just talk about the IELTS. This video is gonna be quite short because first I'm gonna give you some information about the course and I'll mention a quote by Bruce Lee. Then we'll talk about reading, specifically how to hit band 9.0. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, if yes, then let's start. But the first question is very simple, like why this course? Why you should follow this online course? Well, the answer is very simple. Let's imagine your level is 5.0 right now and you finish this online course and you will take it up to at least 6.0. And if your level is 9.0, then you can make it, you finish this course and you can make it 8.0, 8.5. And if your level is 8.0, then you can hit band 9.0 as well. Okay, are you ready? Okay, but again, question, how can we do that? How are we going to do that? How do we plan to do that? Or how do I plan to do that, right? And let me just answer. This course will focus on reading, listening, writing, and speaking skills at the same time. So I'll be teaching you how to do reading myself, and I'll be teaching you how to do listening, and I'll be teaching you how to do writing and speaking. All of them, all four of them in this course. Okay, so this is going to be really fun. So let me mention the quote. So Bruce Lee, once upon a time, Bruce Lee said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." Interesting. There's a reason why I mentioned this quote, but you'll know it later in the next videos. Okay, so let's talk about reading, right? So the goal in reading is very simple again. So the target is to hit band 9.0. Is it possible fast? The answer is yes. So many people did it and you can do it as well. But the question is how? Guys, I like asking questions, so I'll be asking so many questions during this online course. So how can we do that? Well, what do we need, right? Well, one of the things that you need most is a reading skill. Yes, reading skill. So if you have reading skill, then you can hit band 9.0. It is possible. So I'll help you how to acquire, how to get reading skill, how to achieve this, all right? That's not easy, but let's talk about how to improve reading now. So everyone says, well, to improve reading skill, you need to read a lot. Well, yes, you need to read a lot, that's correct. But my method is quite different. I will not tell you what to do. I will not tell you what to do, but I will show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a demo. Okay, so to do reading correctly. So let's just take this passage. This is from Cambridge 15. So it's about nutmeg, a valuable spice. So this is the title. Nutmeg, valuable spice. A valuable, important, and spice, you know what it means. And you read the first sentence, the first words. Nutmeg tree, so it's about a tree, right? Spice. Right, so this is the reading, so this is the passage, right? We need to read, but I said in the slides, I said read here, read correctly. Okay, so right now I'll teach you how to get reading skill. So you need to read a lot, but the question is how. It's very simple, just like this. So you read this, for example, you go by paragraph, or you go by sentence by sentence, just like this, and you read this. Imagine I am reading this and I'll show you. So nutmeg tree, fragrance is a large evergreen tree native to South Asia. And you need to find, the first step is you need to write down the new words. So for example, I don't know this word, like foliage or foliage or foliage, like I don't really know it. Let's just say, okay, so this is a new word for me, right? So what am I gonna do? Well, I have a vocabulary notebook. I wrote it for you, but I'll do it again. So in case I've done it before. So the new word for me is foliage. So okay, this is gonna be it. I'm just teaching you how to improve your reading skill, right? So I write this, and how can I find the meaning of this? Interesting. So we have a lot of dictionaries, right? I usually use Google. I usually use Google, and if I listen to the pronunciation, it's different. It's not foliage, it's not foliage, it's a foliage. So you can fix your pronunciation. So the first step is learning the new words, right? The improving vocabulary. So leaves, so it means leaves. So I'm going to write it here. So it means leaves. And I wrote this word, and tough dark green oval leaves produces small yellow bellow shaped fruit encased in. Okay, so this word is new for me, and I'm gonna write it here, encased in my vocabulary notebook. So here you can write it in English, in Uzbek. It doesn't really matter, it depends on you, but I suggest you to write in English, but you can write in Uzbek as well, like this, right? In French and Korean, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just teaching you the method, right? And the next word is encased in. So I'm gonna ask Google, encased in meaning, and here, to cover or surround something completely. So it's to cover or surround. So I write this. And fleshy husk. Interesting. Fleshy. The next word is husk. So I'm gonna first check for the word husk. Okay, so it means shell. Okay, so here it means shell. But if you don't understand the words, you can click on images and you can see the picture of the word. Okay, so husk is, it's simply shell. And fleshy, what is it? So here, click on fleshy meaning. Okay, so it's a plump, chubby, portly, fat. Okay, which one am I going to take? Okay, so it having a substantial amount of flesh. So I'm just going to copy paste this. Okay. Oops. Substantial amount of flesh. Okay, so I've done it, and I wrote these words, and this is it. I read up until here. So I finished this paragraph reading the new words. I wrote everything like this, but this step is very important. You write the new words here on your vocabulary notebook, but you have to look at it again. You learn these new words here with the passage. It's very important, okay? You learn all of the new words with the passage by reading, okay? For example, what was the new word? This word, right? The fruit is encased in a fleshy husk. The fruit is encased in a fleshy husk. Okay? The fruit is encased in a fleshy husk. Encased in, covered, fleshy, a lot of flesh, and husk is a shell, right? So the fruit is covered with fleshy husk. Okay, so you read this so many times and you learn the word here by reading this a lot. Okay, you don't have to look at this. If you just learn the words here, you will not remember it for a long time. If you want to remember the word for a long time, then learn it here, read it after translating, okay? For example, I'm going to do the translation for a bit for you. So, nutmeg daraxti, rosayam king, yashil, tree, Southeast Asiada o'sadi, 18-centuryga qadar. No sense. The translation doesn't have to be perfect, all right? As long as you understand, that's enough. Actually, I can do the translation very perfectly, but my goal is not to show off. It's different. My goal is to teach you how to do this, all right? So your translation doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you understand it and know the word, that's it. How you can know the word? By translating and writing it down on your vocabulary notebook And here you learn the vocabulary by reading with the words next to it, just like this, for example. Okay, for example, husk. The fruit is encased in a fleshy husk, just like this. Right, this is very important. And if you learn like this, you will remember the word for more than 2 years, guaranteed. So yeah, that's true. Yes, that's true. Okay. So again, I'm gonna review this. All right. So you need to, you need to write all the new words here in Uzbek, in English. It doesn't really matter, but I suggest you to write the meaning of the words in English if you can understand. But you learn the new words by reading a lot. Okay. So you read it a lot, and this is how you improve reading skill. If you don't understand what you read, then go back and read it again. Okay? For example, this passage might be so easy for some of you. This passage might be so hard for most of you, but the goal is to improve reading skills. So you go sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, and you go passage by passage later on. But today is very simple. So sentence, word by word. So again, I ask a question because I like asking questions, right? So what's the method? So yes, no, that's not right. You need to write the vocabulary here, but try not to look at it. Learn the vocabulary here with the words next to it by reading a lot. Okay, read this paragraph a lot of times, because in the next videos in the future I'll be asking questions about this. Okay, so you should be ready for that. So you do this, I'll make sure your reading skill will improve 100%, not 99%, 100%. I promise for that. Okay, so you need to read this a lot. And if you want to, you can use Google. For example, you can Google nutmeg tree, right? And you click on images, right? And you click on images, and here it's the fruit. Okay, so whenever you read, try to visualize it. So this is a tree, it's what it says here, large evergreen. So the color is green. Do you see? Is it green? Obviously yes. And here, yeah, I'm gonna help you to do that, but you're gonna do it yourself. So all right, you can Google it and try to imagine it. Try to understand what you read. Okay, because we're trying to improve reading skill. Once you have reading skill, then you can hit band 9.0. It's for sure. Okay, you'll see it in the next videos. All right, let's go back to the slide. Okay, the homework, guys. So your homework is read the passage 50 times. The question is, why 50 times, right? Why 49, or why not 51, right? Why not 49 and why not 51? Why 50 times? Well, you will know the answer in the next videos. Okay, but you can find the passage in this channel on Telegram, R Academy. You can type it. All right, everyone. IELTS Online, R Academy, now or never.